I started meeting people, but that was because of my girlfriend's father back in '59.
Jordan, who was that man? Can you? I don't know if you said you don't want to name any names, but I think who is that?
Well, his name was Bob Ferney, Ferney,
Okay,
Ferney, Ferney,
Fernie.
Bob Ferney. But who was he? In fact, I don't know. All I know is he blew my mind. That's all I know. He blew me away. I got the faintest idea who he really was.
But he had access back in the '50s to crafts, to the extraterrestrial type of.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, 59, 59.
And
He just looked up in the sky and started talking, and he said they'll be here in just a couple of minutes. They said about 2 minutes, and 2 minutes later they showed up.
But he was
and
cool
then they
though.
stopped. Huh?
He was cool. He wasn't.
Oh yeah, he's talking to him. He ain't no big deal. Shit, he's just talking to him like the neighbors.
Yeah.
He's just standing there talking to him, and he's talking, but you can't hear him because his lips are moving, but you can't hear him, and he's just looking up in the sky, and I watched him as he's looking up in the sky, and he's talking, with his lips are moving, and then he looks at me and he said, "Well, I just talked to them, and they said they're coming, and they'll be here." About 2 minutes. They're coming from Griffith Park area going north. And they said they'll be here in about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And I said, who? He said, oh, wait, you see. And I said, well, were you talking to somebody? He said, yeah, I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
Where do you think I got the information from? They told me they're going to be here. And I said, who is going to be here? He said, you said you wanted to see UFOs, right? Yeah. I said, yeah. She said, well, then just sit tight and they're going to be here.
Like soup. It was like he was making a bowl of soup or something. It was so.
Yeah, he's just over there talking to the neighbor next door.
Yeah.
And he's just looking up at the sky and talking, and sure enough, minute and a half, 2 minutes later, they showed up. And when we saw them coming over the mountain from Griffith Park, we saw them coming, all three of them. And he said, oh, there they are. Okay, here they are. And I'm wondering, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, and they come over very quietly. They come over, and then in a triangle formation, three of them, and they're glowing, beautiful colors, making no sound at all, and stopped right in the air, right above us, and sat there. And the colors were spinning around. They were beautiful colors. And they make no sound at all, and I just stood there watching them and looking at them, trying to figure out in my mind, what in the fuck am I looking at? What in the hell am I seeing? And so 59. In 59.
Yeah.
And then I looked over at him, and he was kind of smirking and smiling. Well, you wanted to see UFOs, didn't you? Yeah, well, there they are. And so I looked back up, and they're just sitting there spinning around in circles, the different colors. And then I looked at my girlfriend and her sister, and she just kind of smiling at me, which was telling me, this is my father. He does this all the time. And I was just amazed. And then he looks up, he starts talking to him again, but you can't hear him. He's just, his mouth's moving. He's obviously talking to him. And he said they said that they're going now, but they'll be watching you. They've been keeping an eye on you, so they're going, but they'll see you later. And he said they're going north now. And then when he said that, they started to move. And then we stood there and watched them as they went north. And once they were gone far enough, they were gone over the hill. And that's it. They're gone. And I was amazed. What in the fuck did I just see? This guy looks up in the sky, talks, and they show up. Then he chit-chats with them for a few minutes, and then they said they're going, and they do. And my girlfriend's looking at me and thinking, what's so impressive about that? Well, I see that shit all the time.
Yeah,
but
she looked like a normal girl.
Yeah, just a normal guy, but he was very, very agitated with me. He was very agitated with me.
Why?
He was very excited about talking to me.
Right.
It was like he was very excited. He's supposed to talk to me, and he was very excited. He was very excited to impress me. I don't know how to say it. In other words, it wasn't just a casual thing. No, he was really excited about my being there and wanting to show me all of this stuff, what was going on, and and then he got the book out and said, "I'm going to give you a book I want you to read. This is going to start you on your journey because we brought you out here. We have something for you to do, and but it won't happen till the last part of your life. So I need to get you started." So he gave me the book, The Complete Works of Charles Fort. Have you ever seen that book yet?
I haven't seen the book, but I've read on blogs and stuff. I've read some of the material, like about the rocks coming from the sky.
Yep.
And the rocks would like a
well,
different.
Order the book. Order the book. You can still get it.
Yeah.
Order it from Amazon. It's called The Complete Works of Charles Fort. Fort.
Yeah, I'm gonna order.
And there's a website called Fortean Times.
Mhm.
Fortean. Fortean Times. It's out of England, and it's a website devoted to Charles Fort and all the strangest shit in the world, all kinds of strange pictures and off the wall shit that nobody's ever heard. It's a great website called Fortean Times.
Jordan, right?
They got a magazine that's on the newsstand called Fortean Times.
Yeah. Jordan, right now when you were telling that story, I got like a spiritual, energetic type of vibe from that story, where it's like it's almost like I can feel the strangeness that you have encountered through your life a little bit. Like, you know how you can talk to somebody, you can pick up on the vibe of the person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting the sensing. It sounds like there's just a lot of like these people. This guy that was showing you this. Like, it looks like his job, like their job was to like follow you through your life a little bit.
Oh, that's exactly what it was. He told me that. He said, he asked me, I said that, he asked me in the house before we went out in the yard, he asked me, he said, why did you come to California? Why did you come to Los Angeles? And I said, I don't know, I just had to come. And he said, that's exactly right. You just had to come. And the reason why is because we brought you here. We're the ones that made you come here. And he said, we can make you do anything. We can make you go anywhere we want you to. We can make you do anything we want you to. And that's exactly right. You were here because we made you come.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what are you talking about? And he said, well, you've always been interested in UFOs and aliens and other world stuff like that. And I said, always. He said, yeah, I know. We've been watching you for a long time. And he says, so would you like to see some UFOs up close tonight? And I said, yeah, I would love to. And the way he said it, I will never forget the way he said this. He asked me, would you like to see some UFOs tonight up close? And I said, yes. And he said, well, that much I can do for you. You know, there are things I can't do, but that I can do.
Like he can do a whole lot more if he really wanted to. But
yeah, if I really wanted to, I could do a lot of shit that you couldn't handle.